Hello, love. My name is Erica J. Holston. I am Coach Honeylove, your dating and relationship coach. I am so excited to be here with you today. It is a little while, it's been a little while since we have spoken with each other, and I wanted to come on here to give you an inspirational marriage when it comes to how to pray for your future husband. So, as a single woman, I know that dating can be challenging. However, there is always hope. And as you already know, with God, all things are possible. And so I want to share with you a little bit about when I was a single woman before I had really started to pray about my dating experience. I was just dating on my own. I was dating my way. I wasn't allowing God to be involved in my relationship. And I just decided that, you know what, I know what's best. But did I know that I did not know what was best for me. So, I had just really needed to work on myself. I really needed to evaluate the things that was happening in my previous relationship because I did not allow God to be involved in that area of my life. And, when things went from bad to worse, I had a revelation that, there must be a better way. And so I was in a 4 year relationship with a guy. I was growing, he wasn't growing. And growth at that time was and still is very important to me. And so I had just decided that we were no longer compatible with each other. I decided that it was time for me to move on from that specific relationship. And so I don't know about you, but when it came to a relationship breakup, I had needed strength. Like God really needed to get me out of that relationship. It wasn't a horrible relationship, but it wasn't the ideal relationship. Plus, it wasn't a relationship that was actually leading to marriage. And so, since it wasn't leading to marriage, I had decided that again, I wasn't growing. There wasn't much compatibility anymore, and it wasn't leading to marriage, especially with me giving this man 4 years of my life. And for it to be idle, for it to be at a standstill, I just basically just said to myself, I deserve more. I deserve better. And I want you to know that if you feel like you need more, that you want more, that God has more for you, it is definitely true that He does have more for you. So I don't know if you were like me when it comes to allowing God to be in your dating experience or into your relationship or into your courting experience. I just want to share with you that prayer definitely does work, right? So let's move on from my relationship experience and go to the transformational healing process. So, after I had left that relationship, I really started to heal. I really started to get rid of relationship baggage and just started to heal from things that bothered me about that previous relationship. I learned a lot of lessons when it comes to men. I learned a lot of lessons when it comes to myself. So I was really focusing on myself. I was praying to God. I was praying to the Lord and just asking Him to heal me and to make me whole. So while I was on that 3 year dating journey, as far as like healing and transformation, I would say that I had stopped dating my way and I started dating God's way. And so, if you are a single woman and you need some encouragement, there is so much hope in dating God's way because God knows so much more than we can ever fathom. He created you and He created your future husband. He knows what's best for you and He knows what's best for your future husband and your marriage. So let's go ahead and get right into today's message because, like I said, I've shared with you that I previously dated my way and I wanted to start dating God's way. I went on a healing, transformational journey, asking the Lord to heal my heart and to make me whole. I wanted to see men from a different perspective. I wanted to view myself as a wife and not just as a woman who was relationship worthy. I wanted to be a wife who was marriage worthy. Okay. And so when it came to that, it really took a lot of self reflection. It really took a lot of work. And I'll tell you, when I started to pray, I started to see the move of God. And when you start to pray, you are definitely going to see a move of God in your dating experience. You're going to see different quality of men approaching you or you having different conversations with men who could possibly be your future husband. And when that time does come, when you meet your husband, you are definitely going to know because God is involved, the Lord is involved. And as He is involved, that you are going to see a sign or signs that you are making the right decision because you are actually dating God's way. When it comes to some prayer challenges, one of the things as Coach Honeylove that I help single women to reflect on is, do you believe that God knows what's best for you? That is like one of the number one stumbling blocks. And that even included myself. So, when it comes to your dating experience, I want to encourage you that God does know what's best for you. So, if you never allowed Him to be involved with your dating experience at that capacity, He knows what's best for you. He knows the husband that He has for you, He knows about His character. He knows about his mistakes. He knows how he is going to bring you together. He knows how he is going to love you. He knows how he is going to respect you. He knows how he is going to support you. He knows how he is going to protect you. He knows how he is going to do all of these things. And I want to encourage you that God knows what He is doing. So if this is an area that you have in unbelief, if God knows what He's doing or if God knows how to pick your future husband, this is the time that I am going to encourage you to ask God to help your unbelief and for you to have faith in God that He is actually going to know what He's doing, how to do it. It is up to you to position yourself as a wife, and it is up to you to wait for the time that God actually wants for you to meet. So let me go ahead and say this: God is the number one matchmaker. Okay, like God knows the man that you want and the man that you need in your life. I remember I was having a conversation with myself, and I was saying like, "Oh, I want all of these qualities and different things like that." And I remember God checking me and saying like, "I know what's best for you." So I hope that that is an encouraging word for you, that God knows what is best for you. And I just want to give you a few reminders. With God, all things are possible. So You don't have to feel like you are being overlooked. You don't have to feel like there isn't a man who wants me. You don't have to feel like, now is the perfect time, but I haven't met him. Like, God knows what he is doing. And with God, all things are possible. So don't give up hope. Don't allow your faith to waver. Enjoy your singleness. Enjoy being a woman. Enjoy your gifts and enjoy, doing life. Also, I want to encourage you is that nothing can get in the way of God introducing you to your husband. Nothing can get in the way of that. Not another woman can get in the way of that. Like nothing can get in the way because when God joins the two of you together, it is going to be a divine appointment. And lastly, I want you to remember that you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about the who, what, when, where, or how. God knows exactly what He is doing. It is up to you to position yourself as a wife, and it is up to you to believe. Next, I'm going to encourage you to open up and let God all in your business. Okay? When God is involved with your business, like He is going to take the fear out, He's going to take the anxiety out, He is going to help you with your overthinking, He is going to help you in so many ways. So when God is involved in your business, just know that He knows what He is doing. So you don't have to overthink. You don't have to overthink about the guy who didn't treat you well and you were seeing so many red flags and you let him go. And then you could be thinking late at night, oh, if only he didn't do that, or if only if I didn't say that. Like, don't do that to yourself. Don't allow yourself to worry. Just know that when your future husband comes to find you, that he is going to treat you well and you aren't going to see any red flags. You're going to see a whole bunch of green flags, and you are going to know that God placed him in your life. You are going to know that He can love you like no other man has been able to love you before. So you don't have to overthink. You don't have to be fearful of anything. If anything, you should have peace. If anything, you should be able to rest in the Lord. I also want to encourage you when it comes to praying. And as we continue, our conversation, when it comes to praying, trust God. Trust God in this area specifically. Trust God with your heart. Trust God that He is going to lead and guide you where to go. Trust God that He's going to lead and guide your future husband. Trust Him and just know that it is going to work for your good. The next one is make sure that you pray and that you ask God to show you who your husband is. So He can show you who He is in a dream. He can show you who He is when you see Him, that you get a certain feeling. You can discern that you have actually met your husband, whether if it's by the way he talks, by the way he carries himself, by the way he is consistently treating you well, and all of these things, that there is definitely going to be signs. And it is just going to be so important for you to be able to pray and ask God to show me those signs. So here are 6 areas that you should pray for your future husband. Number 1, that he has a relationship with God. So many single women want a man who is a man of God and who has a relationship with God. So if that is something that you desire, if you desire that, you definitely need to pray for his relationship with God and that he would draw closer to God, that their connection would be closer, that he would be able to hear from God, because it's going to be so important as the husband, if he is going to lead you, he definitely needs to be able to hear from the Lord. The next area is to pray for his character. Pray that he is honest. Pray that he has integrity. Pray that he wants to love you. Pray that he wants to respect you. Pray that he wants to support you. Pray that he has discernment. Pray that, he wants to be the best man possible and he wants to be the best husband possible. So if you start praying for his character, it is definitely going to help him. It's going to help strengthen him, and you are going to see the fruit of your labor when you meet him. The next one is pray that he lets go of any relationship baggage or any emotional baggage. When you pray and you ask God to help him in that area, you are specifically praying that the Lord is healing his heart, that the Lord is mending the broken pieces. And as he is mending those broken pieces, that you are going to see the healed version of him. You are going to see a better man. You aren't going to see or feel a broken man, but you are going to see a better man because you are praying for his relationship baggage. You are praying for his emotional baggage. And you can even pray and ask the Lord that he would let go of his ex. Ask the Lord that he would let go of bitterness and anything that is hindering him in his life. And as you are doing this as a wife, as you are doing this as a woman of God, you are actually helping him. You are actually being a helpmate even now. The next area, ask God to protect him. Ask God protect him to and from all of his designations, to protect him from evil, to protect him from harm, to protect him from people that he doesn't need to be around. And the other sub point when it comes to protection, ask God to show him how to protect you as his wife, to protect the family, to protect his home. Because if this is something that he may or he may not know, but as he develops his relationship with the Lord, if he learns how to protect you as his wife, how to protect the family, and how to protect your home, that this is going to help equip him as a husband. And you may want a man who is further along, who already knows how to do that, and that's good. I'm just sharing with you is that if he is willing to learn and he is willing to learn it from the Lord, that is definitely going to help you because he is being empowered and he is being equipped by God. And as you are praying as a wife, you are helping him because you are helping him by being a helpmate with your prayers. The next area is that he wants to be a husband, right? So when you meet him, you may date for 2 weeks or 30 days or maybe 60 days. But beyond that 60 days, like you need to go from dating to courting. So dating means is that he is interested in you, he's taking you out on multiple dates, he knows how to communicate with you, you're not seeing any red flags, and things are going quite well for you. However, a man who is marriage material, he is not going to date you very long. No, he is not going to date you very long. But what you can do is you can pray to God and ask that he is wanting to be a husband when he meets you, okay? Because later are the days of going out on multiple dates and just seeing how things happen. Mm-mm. You want a man who wants to court you, okay? Courting means is that not only is he taking you out on dates, he is very interested in you. And courting means that it is leading to a marriage. So you can date for a little while, temporarily, but what you really want as you are positioning yourself as a wife, listen, okay? You want a husband material man, that wants to court you. So pray and ask God to equip him to being a husband. Pray and ask God that he is very decisive about being a husband. Pray and ask God that he knows when he looks at you, when he's experienced you, okay, that he is going to make a decision. I no longer want to date you. I want to court you, okay? And that's what you want, especially as a wife material woman. You don't want a man to be playing with your heart, with your mind, who's indecisive. Mm-mm. You want a man who knows how to make decisions, who hears from God, right? So pray and ask God to help him of wanting to be a husband, help him making good decisions, help him to be decisive about you. Okay? Yes. And then the last part is, again, that he makes good decisions. I've already covered that. So here are the benefits of when you pray. Mountains are going to move for him. Mountains are going to move for you. Like you're praying for him, and God is going to do a good work in your life. Next, God is going to give him strength and peace. Areas of his life where he may not have made the best decisions, he's going to want to fix those things before he meets you. Okay? Also, there may be areas of his life that he struggled with. God is going to give him supernatural strength. God is going to give him peace about things. God is going to give him rest about things, right? And so, as he gives him those things, it is because of you praying, you interceding for him. And also, God is going to show you other areas of his life that you can pray for him too. And it's going to be such a beautiful thing because you want to know why. Because when you meet him and you have conversations, you're going to remember the prayers that you pray for him, and you are going to have your victory dance like, yeah, I pray for that, I pray for that, I pray for that. And it's just going to be a very victorious moment for you, right? Also, is that, he's going to want to change for the good. He's no longer going to want to make mistakes or making bad decisions. He is going to be more mature because of you praying. He's going to be more mature because you were willing to pray as his wife. And then also, you want to pray because you want God to lead him. And so you are going to hear about these things in your conversations, because when you ask them, tell me a little bit about yourself, or tell me a story when, or tell me what your experience has been, is that all of these things are going to show you his character, his life experiences, and the prayers that you've been praying, the prayers that you've been praying silently, the prayers that you've been praying in your prayer closet, it is going to come up in your conversations. And this is going to be one of the number one ways that you've met your husband. Okay? Like without a shadow of a doubt, the things that you have prayed for and the things that he tells you, this is going to be one of the ways that it is going to be evident to you that he is your husband. So, again, my name is Erica J. Holston, Coach Honey Love. I hope that you've enjoyed today's message and that this was an encouraging word for you, how to pray for your future husband. I hope that you took some notes and that you are going to activate those prayers. And I hope that you will see the fruit of your labor. Until next time, I hope that you have dating success, that you meet your future husband soon, and you enjoy the ride. I'll see you soon. Take care.